So thank you, mothers and others. Our next candidate this evening is Brian Walbridge. He is also running in Texas 34th Congressional District against John Carter. So we get to meet two candidates this evening that are running against John Carter. So welcome, Brian. I'm so glad you're here. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and why you're running for office?
Sure. Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to speak in this forum and to connect. I can tell you, having been on the campaign trail these weeks and months, there's a lot of voter apathy out there, and so the important work that your organization is doing to combat that, to engage on the issues and get the issues out there is really important. So thank you for doing that. Again, my name is Brian Walbridge. I'm a resident of Leander. I live in House District 31. I'm not that candidate. I'm a graduate of Baylor University and the University of Texas at Austin. I'm a subject matter expert in the Internal Revenue Code, spent a lot of time in the business world. Started my career as a certified Texas teacher and coach. I'm a former diplomat, so I have experience in government supporting multiple federal agencies and our military during the COVID pandemic. Most recently, I've been working in healthcare, and that experience has really opened my eyes into some problems that I see in our healthcare system, and is one of my motivations to run for office. Why am I running? Quite frankly, I'm fed up. I'm just angry. And I had a decision to make. Am I going to be angry on my couch or am I going to do something about it? So that's why I'm a candidate. What am I angry about? Well, our failing healthcare system. And I could go on and on about that. It's clear that there's a majority in Congress that does not care about the well-being of American citizens. And that trickles down to Central Texas families. So we should all be angry about that. I'm incredibly upset about the repeal of Roe v. Wade and the impact of that on women's reproductive rights and the knock-on effects of losing those rights in terms of oftentimes losing healthcare privacy because suddenly they're in the spotlight or having to leave the state or prosecuted, whatever the issue that might bring a private healthcare matter into the public forum. That's just wrong to me, amoral. And I'm concerned about working families, the working poor. So increasing the minimum wage is important to me. So that's why I'm running for Congress. And
Wonderful. Those are all really great reasons to run. And you know what? I accidentally started a movement because I was angry. So I don't know. Be careful what you ask for. That's all I have to say. Anyways, so if you could tell us a little bit more about what are the top three issues that you feel are the most important for your district?
Yeah, it's certainly more than three, but I'll limit it to three. I've personally experienced how healthcare is important to residents of District 31. The district was reshaped, reorganized, gerrymandered since the last election cycle to include a lot of rural counties, rural towns, rural areas. And having grown up in a rural area, I know all about that perennial battle of trying to retain quality health care. And so I think there's a lot more that our government can do to expand access to health care. And I'm not just talking about insurance. I'm talking about increasing healthcare, improving healthcare outcomes so that we're not experiencing second-rate quality healthcare, but paying the highest possible prices. When you compare us to other developed nations, it's pretty clear there's a healthcare failure going on in our country. So I think healthcare is important to voters in District 31. Come back to women's reproductive health, and I see that as a right. And so that's a failure of Congress. We left that to the courts. And now we're seeing the results of leaving that to the courts when Congress, as a matter of fact, had decades to codify reproductive rights, the woman's right to choose. So that's disappointing to me, and I have heard from many women and families out there that they're concerned about that as well. And then the working poor. There may be no one on this call who would be impacted by increasing the minimum wage. The fact of the matter is, a lot of families depend upon policies such as a fair living wage to put food on the table, to make healthcare decisions, and so that issue of increasing the minimum wage and indexing it to inflation, that's important to a lot of families out there who, quite frankly, may not have time to be involved in politics and advocate for themselves. They're just trying to get day to day, working their tails off to provide for their families and barely have a chance to breathe. So those are issues that I think are important to voters in District 31.
Wonderful. So tell us, Brian, where can we find you and how best can we support you right now?
So I'm on the web at brianwalbridge.com. I'm also on Facebook at Brian Walbridge TX. The best way to support me is get the word out. Like me on Facebook, share me on Facebook, share with your network of like-minded progressive Democrats and independent-minded folks that I'm a viable candidate. For those who want to meet me in person, I'll be at the Living Leander Community Expo tomorrow afternoon from 3 to 7 p.m. in Leander at the PAC. That's short for the PAC is short for the Premier Athletic Complex of Austin, Texas, and it's located off 183A. That's tomorrow from 3 to 7. And then on Sunday, I'll be in Bosque County in Clifton, speaking with the Bosque County Democratic Club at the Clifton Convention Center at 3 p.m.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for spending the evening with us. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to meeting you on the campaign trail.
Thank you.
Thank you.